Here it comes. This is production number 0029, Tattletales, Air TBA, VTR 31774, take one. Don't look down till we get off the ground. Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples. Rooting section number 1 has its money on composer-singer Chuck Woolery and movie actress Joanne Flug. Rooting section number 2 backs Alan Ludden, host of Password, and Betty White of The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Rooting section number 3 is betting on TV host Bill Cullen and his wife Ann as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Two minds with but a single thought. Thank you. Welcome to Tattletales. It's nice to have you with us at home. Nice to have our studio audience. Nice to have our celebrities. Nice to have me. Aren't we all happy and having a good time? As our studio audience, of course, divided into 3 sections, each one backing one of our celebrity couples. And every time one of our stars wins some money, it is divided among their rooting sections. So, ladies, if you will, have a seat with me. Fellas, step to the rear, and we'll get rolling with Tattletales in just a moment after this message for you. Here, ladies.
Promise to control yourself, Henry. This time when you see the new improved gravy train, don't go crazy, okay?
Since we switched to new improved gravy train, Henry can't wait to get at it. Henry, you promised. It must be that new beefy tasting gravy. It's rich and thick and so much darker than before. It must be better tasting. Henry says it is.
New gravy train with better tasting gravy.
Ordinary pantyhose are okay under funky clothes, but gentlemen prefer Hanes. If your pantyhose are only fair, your girlfriends wouldn't really care, but gentlemen prefer Hanes. Ooh, Hanes will make you smooth and silky, shapely, sexy. When that someone comes to call, remember underneath it all, gentlemen prefer Hanes.
Okay, we're back, ready to get things rolling here. The ladies are having a seat here with me. Of course, first here on my right is Ann Cullen and her husband, Bill Cullen, in the box. Ann, you look lovely today.
Those people don't like him.
They
Those
don't.
people are clapping for my husband and they're like
Oh, that's all right. They'll pick sides. They know who to root for. Bill, you look lovely too.
Thank you very much, Bert. It feels sweet.
Yeah, didn't mean to slight you there. Next to Ann and Bill is Betty White and her husband, Alan Ludden. Thank you for joining us today, folks.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you, Dimples. Betty.
Look who's talking.
Yeah, how about that? We got 4 between us, haven't we? Or maybe more.
Watch it. Watch it.
Sorry, Alan. Moving right along, folks. Next to you is Joanne Flug and her husband, Chuck Woolery. All right, gentlemen, you know what we're going to do. We're going to cut you off so you can't see or hear what we're doing out here, but we'll be back to you in a moment. Bye. Now, ladies, I'm going to ask you some questions about your husbands and your lives together. When you have an answer you think he'll recognize, press that button in front of you, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. It happened during a wedding. Joanne. I think we just lost Joanne. You were fast, Ann, but it locked in quick enough, and Joanne was
I just
first.
fell off the stool.
I'm in anticipation of this terrific story you're about to tell
I know,
us.
and I am too.
It happened during a wedding.
Don't look at me. We're not even engaged.
I guess it would have to... See, my stories aren't very funny, but they're true, okay?
That's what counts.
What was that?
Does that mean too much
Oh.
time? Oh, okay, we'll move right along. Next question, here we go. Same question, it happened during a wedding.
Bill and I were married in New York City at a judge's apartment, and we got all ready to go and all dressed up and all pretty, very tiny little wedding. And we arrived, and there were fire engines all up and down the street. We had to crawl over hoses to get up to the elevator, to get up to the apartment to have our little wedding. That's not very funny either.
No, it's not. That's a lot of
What was burning?
But we never did see a fire. But the fire hoses were spread all over the lobby of the apartment building. So if I say hose,
He'll know.
He'll
a
know.
one-word clue worth $100 to your rooting section, and it is hose.
I think it's my
Okay. Let's bring on the gentlemen.
Yellow.
All right, now, fellas, we have asked the ladies a question. We have a response. When you think you can match your wife's story from the clue, sound your signal. Okay.
Anything you say, Bert.
We got it
Yeah.
all straight here. Here's the question first. It happened during a wedding. And the clue is... No, I haven't given a clue yet. Did you accidentally bump that?
Yeah.
Was an
That was an accident.
Was an accident?
Yeah.
All right, here's the question again. It happened during a wedding, and the clue is hose. Bill. Who was first? Who was first out here?
Yeah.
Bill, you were first. You were
I was
up, sir.
first. Well, we had decided to be married in a very romantic setting, and we went to the judge's apartment, which was down on Fifth Avenue. And as we were on our way in, there had been a fire in the apartment right next door.
Oh, it was his.
And the hoses are there, and all the way in, I kept stepping over the hose, and the fireman kept saying to me, "You're going to be sorry what's going to happen to you up there at the judge's house." But anyway,
That's what she said. The fireman in the hole. Okay, that's worth $100. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, ladies, get ready. Question number 2 coming up. Here it is. It happened while shopping. It happened while shopping. Joanne.
Okay. Chuck is a very compulsive buyer. And he's always bringing home funny antiques, which I love. But this one day he arrived home with all these goldfish. And we didn't have an aquarium, so he proceeded to fill up the guest bathtub and put all the fish in there. And they're still there.
He brought home goldfish?
Yes, because we was going to have these visions of building an aquarium, you know, as a divider with all the lights and things. And then we decided to remodel the house, and so that all the fish are still floating around.
How long have
the
they been in
tub.
that bathtub?
They've been there for about 2 months.
Oh my
it
goodness!
seems like forever.
to borrow our shower if things get really
Yeah.
No, we have a tub. This is the
Oh, I'm
guest
glad to hear
bathroom.
that. Whew. Okay, now we need a 1 or 2 word clue that Chuck's going to recognize.
Tub.
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 It happened while shopping, and you'll say tub.
What? 2 goldfish is 2 words.
Goldfish is 1 word. Goldfish is 1 word.
Tub.
So you want to go with tub?
Yeah.
Okay, she knows what she wants. Shh, let's not talk. All right, let's bring in the fellas. Gentlemen, we have another question. We have another clue. Here is the question first. It happened while shopping, and the clue is tub. Chuck. All right, Chuck, if you will, tell us about that.
I know what she's going. I'm a compulsive buyer. I'll buy anything. I like to buy, and I've got a thing for fish. So one day I was out and I saw some goldfish and bought a whole bunch of them, but I failed to buy an aquarium. So I took them home and they're in the guest bathtub. And they've been
That's
there for
exactly
6
what she
months.
said. All right. At this point, Betty and Alan have yet to score. Joanne and Chuck, Ann and Bill are tied with $100 apiece. Okay, we're going to play a tattletale quickie now, and reaching over, I find it. Here it is. Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you this question. Don't give me the answer until I ask for it. Each correct answer is worth $100. Men, the women's livers maintain that women are qualified for men's jobs. How about the other way around? Which of the following jobs, usually performed by a woman, would you pick for yourself if you had to? A nurse, a kindergarten teacher, or a private secretary for an important executive? Which of these jobs would you pick for yourself if you had to? A nurse, a kindergarten teacher, or a private secretary for an important executive? Think about that. We'll get back to you in just a moment. And good fishing. And how about Bill? Which one of those 3 would you think he'd pick if he had
well-paid
to?
private secretary would be his style.
You think that's where he'd
yes.
go, huh?
Yeah, I don't think he'd be a good nurse. And what's the other one?
A kindergarten teacher.
No.
You don't
Couldn't
think
handle
so?
the kids. No, the kids would run the school.
Okay. Does he qualify as a private secretary in any way?
No.
He sits on a good lap, though, right? He's a good lap sitter.
Yes.
All right, let's bring on Bill. Okay, Bill, which one of those three will it be, sir?
I've been thinking about it, and I'm in real trouble.
It's either, if you had to pick one of those jobs for yourself, would it be a nurse, a kindergarten teacher, or a private secretary?
Okay. If I had... Seriously, a nurse.
Well, now, obviously, that's not what
How
Ann
about
said.
private secretary?
That's
How
a
about...
number two choice. Tell him what you said and why there, Ann.
Well, you'd make a terrible nurse. You
I'd make
haven't
a
got the
ter-
patience for that kind of thing.
And you have to have patience if you're going to be a nurse.
What a line that was. Wait a minute, folks.
Sorry about that.
And as a private secretary, I'd look pretty silly sitting there taking dictation and showing them my legs, too. Get right up to
Sorry
it.
about that, Bill. No
Sorry.
score there. Thank you. Okay, Betty, how about Alan? Which one of those jobs would he take if he had to?
I think he'd take the private secretary, and I'd give him 2 months before he took over the company.
You say private secretary
Yes, sir.
because of his business acumen.
Yes, and also he's got an awfully cute figure.
All right. Let's bring in Cutie Pie. Alan, which one of those three jobs would you take, sir, if you had to?
First of all, I want you to know I know all the jokes she made about some of those choices for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If she didn't, she's slipping. But in any case, I bet you she thinks I would say, and I will say, teacher.
I like your positive attitude, Alan. When you're wrong, you are really wrong, sir. Tell him what you said, Betty.
Kindergarten teacher. I said private secretary, and in 2 months you'd have the company.
Oh, bless your heart, but I type so lousy.
Well, that's one good reason why he
And
never
I
make
hate
it.
blood. I mean, I can't...
But she said you had a cute little figure.
Well, you got the dimples. What can I tell you?
Sorry, Alan. Thank you. No score
Sorry.
there. Okay, Joanne, how about Chuck? Which of those three jobs would he take away from a woman if he had to?
There's no question. He'd be a nurse, because when I'm sick, he takes good care of me. He always brings me home banana splits.
That's taking good care of you, all right?
It's great, and he's got good legs, so it'd be nice if he showed them. He'd be a nurse.
He'd be a nurse.
Mhm.
All right.
He better be.
Oh, shh, shh, shh. Quiet now. Let's bring on Chuck. Chuck.
Yes,
Wake
yes.
up.
Hi,
Wake
Bert.
up. Wake up. Are you still with us?
Oh, yes.
Do you remember the question?
Yes.
Which one of the three jobs would you take?
I adore children. I would be a kindergarten. Yeah.
See, I don't think... that's not what Joanne said. Joanne, tell him what you did
What
say.
did you say?
I said you'd be a nurse, because when I'm sick, you always bring me home banana splits.
A nurse?
Well, of course.
Well, no.
Now that you hear it, doesn't sound
And
bad.
I said you had cute legs.
I'm sorry,
true.
no score there. At this point, Betty and Alan have yet to score. Ann and Bill, Joanne and Chuck are tied with $100 apiece. And it is now halftime. We're at the halfway mark. Ladies to the rear, if you will. Fellas, come on out here. And while we're changing places, we'll break away for this message for you, but we're coming right back.
Americans love rice and gravy together, but sometimes...
Rice but no gravy? Last week we had gravy but no rice. Now it's rice but no gravy.
Introducing rice and gravy in the same box. Uncle Ben's new 5-minute rice and gravy.
Hey, you did it. Rice and gravy together.
Great rice and lots of delicious home-style gravy. Uncle Ben's rice and gravy.
Things are really cooking at Uncle Ben's.
Clap hands, here comes chili. Hormel, the good time chili. Clap hands for Hormel chili now. Clap hands for Hormel flavor. Great taste you're bound to favor. Hormel's the good time chili now. Hormel's the good time chili now.
Homemade something? In addition to cash awards, a member of the winning rooting section chosen at random will receive Charm Glowette, the completely portable gas grill that goes anywhere. Instant flame without starter fluids or charcoal. Charm Glow products, Antioch, Illinois. And Foster Grant sunglasses, featuring the unsurpassed protection of genuine polarized Foster Grants. The looks, the lens, they've got it all. We'll be back to more Tattletales in just a moment.
Every home has its motto. Here's mine. I hate housework, but I love a clean house. So I let Big Wally do the house cleaning for me. Just spray. Big Wally foams, penetrates the grease and grime, takes the dirt and leaves the paint. I use Big Wally on everything washable. Counters, bathroom, even garden furniture. You hate housework? Try Big Wally. Takes the dirt and leaves the paint.
Hey, look at the table I found at the auction.
Oh, Hank, for a guy who runs a natural food store, you sure don't know what makes wood look clean and natural. Try Favor.
New formula Favor. What's wrong with my polish?
Yours just takes off surface dirt. Favor really cleans. Cuts through dirt and old wax.
Favor picked up more dirt. Now that's a clean shine.
And a clean shine is a natural shine.
New Favor for a clean, natural shine.
Okay, we are back. As you know, our studio audience is sharing in the winnings of our celebrity couples, but let me add this. If your rooting section is backing our winningest couple at the end of today's show, we will add as a bonus $1,000.
Okay.
All right, the gentlemen are here with me. Let's see if your wives are tuned in back there all right. Ladies, can you hear me okay?
No.
No, you can't hear me? Are you sure you can't hear me?
Can you hear his dimples?
Okay, we're going to cut you off now from Sight and Sound. Pipe some music in so you can't see or hear what we're doing. See you in a minute, though. Bye.
Bye.
Gentlemen.
Yes.
You know what we're going to do now? We're going to ask you some questions about your wives and your lives together.
Okay.
When you have an answer she'll recognize, press that button in front of you. Here comes the first question. We have a very close game, too, by the way. Here it is. It happened in a studio. It happened in a studio. Okay, no one has a story there. Fine. We'll move on to the next question. Here's another one for you. A photograph you should not have taken. Bill. Okay, a photograph you shouldn't have taken. You should not have taken. Tell us about it, Bill.
Well, I'm a camera bug and always have been. Go everywhere with cameras in my case. And I had a new lens, a new fast film. And Ann was exercising in the living room of where we were staying in Montreal, in a hotel. And she had a dress on and everything, but she was doing a handstand up against the wall. Mm-hmm. And when she did it, her robe came down, and what she had on was sort of flimsy. And I thought, gee, that's a good picture.
Yeah.
And I took it, and the fellows at the drugstore loved it when they loved it. But I would say you have to use two words for this because I know this is something she wants to put out of her mind. You want to use one word? How about naked upside down? No, you'd have to say.
Well, that's certainly graphic.
Is headstand two words?
Headstand is one word.
One word, headstand. That's got to be it.
Okay.
I hope she remembers.
That's a one-word clue worth $100 to your rooting section. Okay, let's bring on the ladies. Ladies, we have asked the fellas a question. When you recognize your husband and can match his story from the clue, sound your signal. Here we go. Here is the question first. A photograph you should not have taken. And the clue is headstand. You're up, Ann. Tell us about that.
I lost my earphones.
Well, you don't need them now. Or yes, you do. Can you hear us all right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know Bill had his camera, and I didn't know he could take pictures indoors. And I did a headstand, and my skirt sort of...
Sort of?
Yes. And we have that picture.
Yes, that's right. You have that picture, and the drugstore probably has 200 copies, too. That's what he said.
I saw it in a magazine the other day.
Yeah. All right, thank you, ladies. We'll come back to you in just a moment.
Can I get a credit?
Gentlemen, are you ready? Here comes the second question.
All right, we're going to get this, kids.
Here we go. What really turns her on? Chuck is first. You were fast, Alan, but Chuck was faster. Tell us about it, Chuck.
You know, it's really strange. What really turns Joanne more on than any single thing is candlelight. She just goes to pieces in candlelight.
What does she do?
Is that right?
Goes to pieces. You can put your own emphasis. I don't care.
Okay.
But that's a very short story, but it's true.
Well, that's what turns her on. So now we need that clue from you.
Yeah, I would say candlelight. Is that 2 words?
I think candlelight is 1 word.
Candlelight is 1 word.
Candlelight.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, 1 word clue, and it's candlelight. Let's bring on the ladies. All right, ladies, we have another question, and we have another clue. Here is the question first. What really turns her on? And the clue is candlelight. Joanne, you are up, my dear.
I love candles, even before the energy crisis came in. I had candles all over the place. And whenever I come home, when Chuck has candles all over, well...
That's what he said, and that's $100. Absolutely. Okay, at this point, Betty and Alan have 0. Ann and Bill, Joanne and Chuck are tied so far with a score of $200.
See there?
Okay, we'll be back with more Tattletales in just a moment after this message for you. Hang on.
Watch 'em rise. They're Pepperidge Farm's frozen turnovers. Layers and layers of flaky puff pastry with luscious fruit filling waiting inside. Try Pepperidge Farm's apple turnovers tonight, hot with a slice of cheese. Or blueberry turnovers with ice cream. They're mighty tasty cold, too, for lunch boxes and breakfast next day. Pepperidge Farm's turnovers taste homemade, 'cause Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Evening, Chief. How's Janet's ankle coming along? She survives my cooking, she'll be fine.
Janet, what should I do with the leftovers?
Serve them with steaming bowls of Campbell's turkey noodle soup.
Now you're talking.
That'll help round out the meal and please the kids. You know how they love soup.
Can I have more, please?
Sure.
It's really good, Daddy. I didn't know you could cook.
Neither did I.
That's what Campbell's soups are.
Good.
If you want to be in our studio audience and share the winnings, write for tickets, enclose a self-addressed stamped envelope, and mail to Tickets, Tattletales, CBS Television City, 7800 Beverly Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90036.
Nice breakfast, Mary.
Oh, will I try. Like I serve my family the leading frozen orange juice. I think it's the closest to fresh.
Try this. It tastes more like fresh.
It's got pulp like fresh. And it does taste more like fresh.
It's Bird's Eye Orange Plus.
Honey, did you? Bird's Eye Orange Plus. Frozen concentrate for imitation orange juice.
Are you sure you didn't squeeze this?
Hunt starts with the meat of the tomato. Ripe, firm, juicy. Most of the skin and seeds have been removed. The meat of the tomato makes a deliciously rich sauce, a great tasting ketchup, and a tomato paste thick and rich with flavor. Try these fine Hunt's products and discover why more women cook with them than any other tomato brand. Hunt's, made from the meat of the tomato.
Okay, we are back. We have a good close game, at least on the outside there.
Yeah. I wouldn't say the middle's doing too
but
great.
But you'll get in here now. We're going to play a tattletale quickie. Each answer's worth a little
What
slip
was that?
there, folks.
Hey, I'll take that.
Sorry about
Take a
that.
piece
Sorry
of
about
that
that.
action.
No, that was a slip.
Goodson and Todman just went right over there.
Each correct answer is worth $100. I'm going to ask you the question, ladies. Here we go. Ladies, you're at home with your husband, and as you're about to pull down the shade, you notice that across the way, a gorgeous girl is getting undressed. Now, would you call your husband's attention to the show, or would you just pull down the shade and ignore it? Fess up, ladies. If you saw that gorgeous girl getting undressed, would you call your husband's attention to the show, or just pull down the shade and ignore it? Think about that one, ladies, and we'll come back to you in a moment.
We're home free,
Easy,
gang.
kids.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute.
I don't know about them, but
I
Now,
know
that's
at
what-
least you've got $100.
Isn't that interesting? They all
Oh,
three
yeah.
are sure they know this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Positive they know
No
this.
question.
Bill, let's
Piece
start
of-
off with you. How about Ann? Now, what's she going to say?
now there's a beautiful girl across the way. She notices, does she pull down a shade or does she tell me?
Or does she call you over to admire the view?
This is a piece of cake. Not only does she call me over, she hands me my telescope. I can tell you right now.
That becomes a piece of cheesecake.
Now, I think I almost have to say, why is that?
Well, because at my age, it's about as much fun as I can have anywhere. But I don't know why. Yeah, silly. Sorry, Alan. No, she's a nice girl, and she knows that she can stand up to the competition.
Oh, well, that's a sweet thing to say.
The right time.
All right. Let's bring on Ann now and see what she would do. Ann.
Yes.
Now, what would you do if you saw that gorgeous girl? Would you?
I'd tell him.
That's what he said. You're right for $100. Thank you, Ann. Okay, Alan, how about Betty? How would she
Betty is
handle
the
that?
kind of gal who, when we're on a beach, will call my attention to a good-looking lady walking down in a bikini. Betty is the kind of wife who, when we're sitting on a plane, points out to me the stewardess with the short skirt who is she's leaning over the seat opposite us.
Is that right?
Yes, she is.
Terrific
Betty
wife?
is the kind of secure lady who wants me to enjoy whatever I can so long as she is there.
Yeah. So in this case...
And in this case, she would by all means call me over and hand me the telescope or whatever.
Okay, let's bring on Betty. Okay, Betty, what would you do if you saw that gorgeous girl over there?
Oh, that's easy. I'd say, come on over here, honey, and eat your heart out.
That's what he said, darling, for $100. Thank you, Betty. Okay, Chuck, how about Joanne?
Yeah, Joanne would be at the window going, I can't believe it, I can't believe it. Yeah, she'd ask me to come over.
She'd say, come over and enjoy the view?
Sure.
All right, let's see if she agrees with you. All right, Joanne, what would you do if that gorgeous girl was over there getting undressed?
Watch her. And I'd pull Chuck over to look, too.
That's what he said, Okay. Oh, no, our time is up. That means we have a tie. Ann and Bill, Joanne and Chuck are winners today. All right, Ann and Bill, Joanne and Chuck, you each won $300. We had $1,000. Your looting sections will split a total of $1,600. Okay, we're going to break away for a minute, and then we'll be right back after this message for you. Thank you.
I've never seen her eat like this.
It's amazing. She usually picks.
These dog owners are talking about Mighty Dog from Carnation. It's pure beef, no byproducts, so it tastes better than any leading canned dog food, with vitamins and minerals for complete nourishment. Single-serving cans that end leftovers.
It's great to see her enjoy her food.
Mighty Dog, pure beef, no byproducts.
Though many doctors recommend it, you may never have heard of this medicine. Yet it pioneered a remedy specifically for sinus headache. Congestion, pressure, headache. When needed, this medicine hits these sinus symptoms all at once, its effectiveness backed by clinical evidence. There are others now, but this, the one you've never heard of, is the one that's number one. Sinutab, number one for sinus headache.
Okay, we're back. We don't have much time. Today we gave away a total of $1,700 to our audience. We thank you for coming, and we thank you for coming, too. It was fun to have you with us today.
Tomorrow we're going to win.
I hope so. Tune in next time when we'll be giving away more money to our studio audience, sharing our secrets on our winnings. Bert Convy, so long till next time. See you, everybody.
This is Jack Clark speaking for Tattletales, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.